I think I'm a coach who's more transformational. I want players to ask earnest questions. I want players to be curious. I don't like robots on the ice. What I like is critical thinking, decision making, right?
That curiosity to learn is what Westin Michaud is looking for in athletes. Westin returns to his home state of Minnesota to serve as the next head coach of the Mallards in their second season in the North American Hockey League. On this episode of NAHL, he shares what his summer has looked like since being named as the next bench boss.
Busy. A lot of transformation happening with the Minnesota Mallards. Basically, within the process that we have set up through the entire organization, it's attitude, effort, discipline every day, and just got to make sure that we're going out and about doing the right things, and that's what we've been doing ever since the transformation has happened with the new leadership being hired.
What does it mean to get your first opportunity being a head coach in the North American Hockey League? I know you got the opportunity in the 3HL, but now you're in the NA side of things.
Means everything. I started in the North American League in Corpus Christi. What a phenomenal time that let me grow as an individual and form and shape my own values, especially moving away from home. When you can do those things and understand what life is about outside of Minnesota high school hockey, you truly grow as an individual. So just as a coach now with being kind of living in 5 different countries, jumping to every state in the U.S., it's been very unique and awesome to understand and learn from others who have different jobs and occupations. So,
like you said, you got to experience the North American Hockey League firsthand because you played with the Corpus Christi IceRays. How have you seen the league grow from that time of playing to now leading the charge as the bench boss?
Yeah, it sets every player up for Division I or Division III hockey. I think it's an older league. Everyone comes in and gets their work in on a daily process, and the organizations that are still here today and the new ones that have joined are premier organizations that will continue to help this league get kids where they want to be.
So last season, you led the charge for the Austin Ice Bats, helping the organization get to their best record as an organization. How does that experience prepare you for this next step ultimately?
Yeah, I was phenomenal, first off, because you got everything and we're able to do kind of the entire landscape on and off the ice within business management side, the leadership side, the coaching side, the sales side, just anything you can think of, right? And that really helped me prepare into this year. And now having a team to do it with more staff at hand is exceptional. So ultimately, what it teaches you every day, there's a process, and how I look at it is it's a time ratio. What 3 things can I get done in the next 14 hours? I think that's how I accomplish a lot of things in life every day. And these processes matter, especially when you hit each individual in your learning environment. So what I mean by that is each age competency is different from one another. And when you can understand the individual down to the foundations at the fundamental level, you can really help them improve on a daily basis.
How would you describe your coaching style?
Laid back. I think I'm a coach who's more transformational. I want players to ask earnest questions. I want players to be curious. I don't like robots on the ice. What I like is critical thinking, decision making, right? So what I mean by that, I'll give you an example, is in one situation, it could be different within a 3 to 5 second cognitive thinking kind of landscape, right? So if player A sees it this way, well, as a coach, you can go tell player A, here's option 1, 2, and 3 after what you saw and what you did. So it's preparing those kids and the players on our team to understand how to critically think and choose the best percentage rate on the ice within option A, B, or C.
With that, what drives you as a coach?
What drives me, oh wow, this is great. The story is no one believed in me when I was growing up. I was 20 pounds overweight. I loved Banana Twins and Little Debbie's, and when that happened, I had to play soccer, lose 20 pounds in weight, and ultimately I was always super skilled and smart. It just had to figure out that off-ice development side. So I think if I would have had more individual attention that we show our players, especially last year and this year, you can really maximize their potential by making sure you have a holistic athlete who can further his game to the Division 1 level, where sometimes it just is that small 5 to 10% where they need on and off the ice to get a Division 1 scholarship, right? That's the separation, especially the gap when you go Division 1 to professional. It's 1 to 2%, and organizations are looking for certain players to come in and fit roles and needs. So
Absolutely. And for yourself, you have the experience of playing NCAA Division One hockey and on the professional level. How does those experiences shape you and prepare you as a coach as you coach guys that are aspiring for the same thing?
yeah, it's just, I guess, getting players into our environment that have the same values. What I mean by that is attitude, effort, discipline, right? When you're at the highest levels, everyone does the little things excellent. It's just what's going to separate you into small little skill sets, right? And that's on and off the ice. If you need to get bigger and stronger, are you going to put the time in and the effort to work with your strength and conditioning coach? Or if you need to work on a on ice habit to be a two-way defenseman, can you critically think coming up the ice, inside the dot or outside the dot, understand shot preparedness, handness, all these little details is what's going to separate players and coaches to get to the highest levels possible. Because if you can critical think on and off the ice through these patterns and kind of systems, you will be successful.
Absolutely. And you're a Minnesota native returning to your home state to coach. How special is it to be back in Minnesota?
Super excited. Minnesota is the hockey hotbed of all of hockey, in my opinion. What a time. It's just going to be phenomenal. I just got married Friday, so the wife super excited, the family super excited, and just to give back to these local kids around the area too is important, right? I think Minnesota high school hockey is a phenomenal program to be in, but ultimately juniors are just drastically different. So it's helping these skilled players come out and understand the foundations at the fundamental level to get where you want to be in life. And that's just inside of hockey, but more importantly, outside of hockey, because we want to form and help shape awesome human beings who are very grateful, thankful, and help them succeed through their short and long-term goals.
While we talk about the players, what makes the athletes who play in the North American Hockey League a little bit different than any other junior league out there?
They're just competitive. I think they work. They get up and down the ice. They're 200 feet. When you play a 200-foot game, you're very highly scoutable. And now it's just on us coaches in the North American League, in my opinion, to break it down to the foundational level to understand how to get each player to play their role, play the system you're in. And that's why I believe that we are, as in the North American League, one of the best at preparing our athletes for Division 1 hockey.
Main camp recently wrapped up for the Mallards. What has impressed you the most from the athletes you've seen from that?
Oh, heavy hockey. We played heavy at main camp. I mean, couple fights, couple all nine stepping up. But the best part was the pace. The pace of play was phenomenal. High standards, high values here, and I thought our main camp was phenomenal. When it comes to that, what we're looking for is just players who play their identity and their role and be themselves, right? There wasn't a lot of bench talk when it came to negativity, and what we're focused on here is positivity and wanting to have the players be themselves. And when you can ultimately do that, you're going to have a ton of success on and off the ice, because it's on the kids and players to run the team. It's on us coaches just to help them through the educational practice when it comes to the hockey dynamics.
What can fans expect from this upcoming roster for the 2025-26 season for the Mallards?
Yeah, I think our veterans coming back, they're phenomenal people. They're ready for a fresh new look here, especially with the job Tyler and I and Luke Scholes and Charles and just everyone at hand has done so far. It's complete transformation, and ultimately comes down to us having the energy every day to make sure we do the right things and hold each other accountable. That's what we're super excited about, and the organization is going to have a phenomenal year. So,
what does it mean to have those veterans in the locker room?
Everything, because you got to start someplace, right? And with the experience that they've developed over the years through different teams or just coming in and being themselves is crucial, because they're a step up and they can help lead the younger kids through their values, which is important. And what that comes through and with is just showing them the ropes. If it's on and off ice dynamics or just being themselves, it's the most important thing. Is just the experience truly does matter.
As you look ahead for this upcoming year, what are some of your main goals?
Main goals, well, I think just win the day, win every day. Ultimately, the big goal is to win the Robertson Cup. That's what it all comes down to. And if you don't have high end goals when it comes to that, then you just never will perform to that standard, right? And from day one, we're going to win the Robertson Cups, the attitude that we have, because we have winners in our environment. And when you have winners in your environment, you will do anything you possibly can to do to get better every day and hit your long-term goal. But some other short-term goals would be making the playoffs. Another short-term goal would be win stretches, as in consistency. And just other short-term goals are just getting back and helping the communities within the youth hockey side here, because Minnesota is phenomenal for that. So we've already kind of had the youth development model with Chisago Lakes, Forest Lakes, and some of these local high schools and youth associations, because we want to help and we care. And what ultimately happens when you care is everything else works out awesome for everyone involved, because that's how life should work, is everyone becoming who they want to be through their short and long-term goals.
Absolutely. And to wrap up this interview, the greatest show on ice is quickly approaching as teams head to Blaine, Minnesota for the NA Showcase. What are you looking forward to most once you're in Blaine with the Minnesota Mallards?
What I'm looking for is just to see everyone in the stands and have a fun and energetic experience. I think it is an awesome thing for the entire league, for the kids, for the organizations to come in and have everyone in one big sitting, because ultimately what it shows is the league cares a lot if you can get every single team there. And it's a great stage for development. As when I played, I actually committed Division I out of the showcase to Colorado College. So again, if players are ready and scouts are there, they can garner attention right away. And that's super important for everyone involved.
Absolutely. Well, Westin, thank you for taking the time to chat with me, especially on your honeymoon. And we're excited for your season as being the head coach for the Mallards.
Thanks for all you do, Ava. We really appreciate it, and look forward to talking with you in the future.